Very pleased to have with us on the program right now, Congressman Tom DeLay. Sir, it's great to see you.
Oh,
today.
it's great to be on NRA radio.
Well,
I got to tell you, this is a thrill.
The thrill
I'm
is
not
all
kidding.
ours. Well, really? Well,
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad that
I
you're
love
here.
what y'all do.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So what do you think about CPAC this year?
Oh, it's a great success.
Yeah.
My hat's off to David Keene and the staff of ACU. I'm on the board of ACU, and I'm very, very proud of the turnout. Over 6,800 people so far, and it's growing. The focus, obviously, we have to thank Romney and McCain for helping us on the press angle, yet it's very exciting. We've been working very hard to rebuild a conservative movement, and it shows me that there are still people out there that want to stand for what we believe in.
Well, absolutely. There's been a lot of talk about, conservatism is dying, and conservatism is going away.
This needs leadership.
This is my fourth CPAC, and I've got to say, this is, if not the most attended CPAC and the most invigorated group of attendees. It is a tie for 2004, I think.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Well, they see the need. The presidential election shows the need for conservatives to come out and stand up for what they believe in. They understand, in my opinion, that we need to come back together as a conservative movement. We, for so long, have been in our little silos, whether it's a social conservative or physical conservative or security conservative, and we need to come back and work together for the conservative cause in general. And I'm very encouraged by it. We're building ourselves an organization called Coalition for Conservative Majority. Actually, we'll be at the Scottsdale Gun Club next Tuesday night. In Arizona, putting together a chapter of CCM in the Phoenix area.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And what we're doing, as we move around the country, we're seeing a lot of people that are very willing to come out and start working hard to rebuild the conservative movement.
So what are the okay, obviously the goal is to rebuild the conservative movement, but what are some of the things that you would like to see this group do in order to rebuild?
Well, first and foremost, I want to get back to the old adages that brought me into the conservative movement. I mean, activism on the ground, conservatives meeting with each other, developing a close working relationship with elected officials, either for them or against them. Supporting those that support us, not supporting those that don't support what we believe in, and start driving some issues that are important for the country, and remind people that we don't have to have this government designed by Democrats. We can redesign our government. We can adhere to constitutional principles. We can hold the judiciary accountable. We can win the culture war. We can win the gun war. Even with McCain, we can get him off this gun show stuff. So, you know, if we'll come together and work together and on these policy issues.
Well, you know, the Washington, D.C. gun ban case is going to be going before the Supreme Court. The oral arguments are scheduled for March 18th. And yesterday, Senator Kay Bailey Hutchinson from the great state of Texas, along with Senator John Tester from Montana, announced that they have the support of 55 U.S. senators, 250 House members that have signed on to an amicus brief, in essence saying support the lower court's decision that overturned the D.C. gun ban. How important is that, Congressman? I mean,
it's huge, and I've got to congratulate the NRA. I mean, it's all yours. The NRA has done this. The staff of the NRA and putting that together and moving that amicus brief and getting people to sign on, that's incredibly important. Even if you lose the case, you got a vote now that can pass both the House and the Senate and reverse it. I mean, D.C. government has to respond to the Congress. The Congress can write any law they want, and they can remove this ban by legislation. So you've positioned yourself incredibly well. So I don't know how much longer it's going to take, but it's going to be very soon. People can defend themselves in D.C.
I hope so, and I have to imagine that must have been one of the hard things for you as a congressman, knowing that some of your staff living in D.C.
Oh, I had staffers that were arrested for carrying pepper spray. I mean, it's just, and staffers that were accosted on their door stoops. and mugged left and right and had no way to defend themselves. It's just outrageous.
Unbelievable.
I call D.C. the liberal hellhole. It's where every liberal issue known to man has been tried and it has failed here in Washington, D.C.
Jim Garrity is smiling because he lived in D.C. for, what, 15 years or so?
About 10 years, yes. And basically was resorting to defending myself with a medieval sword. I was in great shape if a dragon ever came into my house. But other than that, burglars, I was in trouble.
Carry around your bicycle pump.
There you go. Yeah, and, something heavy to,
Something heavy to hit the guy with.
So now, when again are you going to be at the Scottsdale Gun Club? I want to make sure the folks in the
next Tuesday. Next Tuesday night.
Tuesday night
at 7 o'clock at the Scottsdale Gun Club.
All right.
Starting a new chapter of the Coalition for Conservative Majority.
Well, again, Congressman, I thank you so much for coming on the program. I hope we can have you back on to talk about the.
Anytime.
Thank you very much, sir. Again, Congressman Tom DeLay joining us here on Cam and Company.